Hi, I'm Jamelah, your friendly neighborhood occasional LitKicks contributor, and I had an idea that instead of writing my LitKicks post today, I would record it. I'm not entirely convinced that this wasn't a completely horrible idea, but we're gonna figure it out together. Like a team. Yay, teamwork. Woo. Alright, I also feel compelled to tell you that I've had way too much coffee today, so, sorry. Anyway, what I am going to do today is a list of 5. I like doing lists because they make a chaotic world seem just a little bit more orderly. Okay, that's not true, but anyway, I'm going to do a list of 5, and the list is books that are currently in my reading queue. I don't know how you go about keeping track of what you're reading and what you want to read next, but I am very organized. Or maybe I just keep a stack of books on my nightstand, one or the other. Anyway, the first book, the one that I'm actually reading right now, is The Life of Elizabeth I. It's a biography by Alison Weir. I originally started it in June, and then I got distracted and set it aside, so I started it again and got distracted again and set it aside. But the third time is a charm with this book, and it's really very fascinating, especially if you're a bit of an English history nerd like I am. It tends to be somewhat slow going, which is entirely my fault because I save reading until very late at night, and then I'm tired and I say, okay, fine, I'll read a chapter. But the thing with this book is that the chapters are really very short, so I'm not really making as much progress as I'd like to think I am. Even so, I should be finished with this one really soon. Book number 1. Book number 2 has a little bit of a backstory. I said to my friend Karen about a week and a half ago, Karen, I have a crazy idea, and I need you to talk me out of it. But she didn't talk me out of it, so I ended up going to Amazon and buying 100 Years of Solitude in the original Spanish. Huh? Yeah, I know. It's not completely insane because I do know how to read Spanish, but well, I read about 10 pages of it just to see how difficult it was going to be, and while it wasn't as hard as it could have been, it wasn't exactly easy either. So I'm doing this because I thought it might be an interesting way to kind of brush up on some skills that have lain dormant for a while. So anyway, when I get around to starting it officially, I will keep my Spanish dictionary handy. I'm sure that's going to be entirely necessary. And book number 3 is one that I've read several times, if we can count 3 as being several. Immortality. I read it every year in the fall, and it's just a good book for the fall, and I really love it. And there it is. I could go totally nerdy on you, but I'm not going to because, you know, I've written about this book on LitKicks like roughly 100 times, so there it is. The 4th book is one that proves that some books never get to leave the reading queue. They're kind of in reading purgatory or something. And that book is my old nemesis, Ulysses. Ooh, Ulysses. I originally got this book last year right before Christmas, and I started it and then I set it aside, and then I started it again and I set it aside again, and I started it again and set it aside again, and rinse and repeat. At this point, it's been sitting aside for so long that I'm going to have to start it at the beginning yet again. It's totally fine. I don't hate the book. It's just really long, and I have a really short attention span. So I'm going to make myself do it just because I'm stubborn and I refuse to be beaten by James Joyce. So, Ulysses. It's happening. Me and you. Oh yeah. Right. And finally, Under Milkwood by Dylan Thomas. It is a play, and I was first introduced to it several years ago. I was in a production of it, and It's just light and fun. It follows the living and the dead in a Welsh fishing village over the course of a day, and it's beautifully written. The wordplay is a marvelous good time. And after Ulysses, let's face it, I'm going to need something that's light and fun. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I may read this before I attempt Ulysses again. Because, well, seriously. So, anyway, Under Milkwood, and that's book number 5, and that's it. We're through the list. I hope that this has been enlightening and entertaining for you. I'm sure it has been. Yep. The end. I hope you have a lovely day. Cheers.